We are still in that Demm report because we wanted to give plenty of spotlight to the show Hamilton, which I love.
Yeah, this is a story about the hit Broadway musical now that's touring the country, and I think it's on the Disney Plus, the live or a taped version of the Broadway musical with the original cast.
That thing is unbelievable. This is one of my favorites.
It begins.
You know, let me just say about Hamilton. When it first came out, everybody's like, oh, Hamilton, Hamilton. And you know me, I was like, yeah, right.
Yeah, if something was that buzzworthy, you initially thought,
Big freeze.
Can't be that good?
Of course.
Give it a big freeze.
Exactly. And everybody's like, oh, you got to see it, you got to see it.
People were paying insane amounts of money to see Hamilton on Broadway with Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Alexander said, nowhere else to turn.
And I said, I'm not into it. I'm not going to. My wife said, it's coming to Disney Plus. And she said, I'm going to watch it. I said, I ain't going to watch it. I don't care anything about it.
I'll be in the man cave.
Exactly. She started it, and I was like, I'm going to go to the man cave. Well, within about 2 minutes, I was absolutely incredible. Listen to it. How can you...
Ooh. If you're watching on video, the overbite has been deployed.
Oh, my God. Jeez. A
major overbite.
Let me say that. We watched it. We watched Hamilton with the original cast on Disney Plus. And I said to my wife, when it ended, re-rack it. We're watching it again.
Start it again.
Run it again.
It's really long.
Run it again.
Doesn't matter.
I don't care. Run it again. It is.
Does Mickey Mouse's face show up? Are you sure?
There's some...
I mean, we love people getting addicted to the product, but geez. I mean, it's really long.
I don't care.
We'd really like to get your kids really more than you.
I said, start it again. Start it again. Then I said, the children are watching it. Bring the children. After the second, I said, bring the children. Okay, bring the children. My daughter watched it. She loved it. Then I showed it to my son. If you don't know what Hamilton is, it's the story of Alexander Hamilton and honestly the founding of America. Portrayed,
heard of it?
Yes, but portrayed by black and brown actors. And I loved it. I loved every second of it. Now, here's my son's reaction. We were 75% of the way through it. The characters are Aaron Burr, Alexander Hamilton, James Madison, George Washington.
The King is in there. The King of England.
The King of England. Yeah. He's the only white character. Is the King
Showstopper.
Wonderful, wonderful comedic relief. He comes out every 20 minutes and does one number. Unbelievable. My son says, we're 80% of the way through it. George Washington's got a big number. And my son goes, wait, is that George Washington? And I said, yes, son, yes. And he goes, he was a black dude? That's right. That's right. I said, no.
Well, Paul's right here. We were listening in, heard what happened, and we actually have a cartoon prepared for this about historical inaccuracies.
What? I paused. He's like, I'm not into this. I was like, there's 20 minutes left. I'm not into it. Can I go?
Is that when you started scratching off the Ivy League schools on the list?
No, we were down to but the ACCs went there. The SEC, all of those went away. And we said, we got to keep him closer to home. That's it. It's not working.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. I've seen it 10 times. Loved it. Then the traveling show came. I saw it here at the Tanger Center.
That's right.
Phenomenal. Phenomenal. Now, the original cast cannot be beat. It is incredible. Oh, my God. Have you seen it, Biggie?
No. I tried to watch it on the Disney, and I...
No. I want you to come to my house tonight. I want you to come to my house tonight, and I'm going to show you Hamilton the way it deserves to be seen. And at the end of it...
Do they have a version where the lyrics are on the screen so you can sing along?
Well, probably if you put up the closed caption.
I'm sure, yeah.
I have not done that, but... and I was the same. I was like, I'm not going to be into that.
Didn't you have a friend who spent a small fortune going to New York to see Hamilton on Broadway like three times?
Yeah. He saw it. He saw it with his wife and
with original cast.
Loved it with original cast. He told his daughter, we have to see it. She went to school. She is an Ivy Leaguer. Okay. That's as close as I've gotten to the Ivy League. I had dinner with somebody whose daughter went to Yale.
Well, you used to play with Penn tennis balls, and Penn is an Ivy League school.
So, all right. That's the second closest I've been.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so I've used a Yale lock.
Yeah,
okay.
Yale lock.
Okay.
So his daughter went to Yale, and he told us they went to see Hamilton, just him and his wife. They went to New York. They saw Hamilton. They loved it with the original cast. He told his daughter, I'll spend whatever it takes. We're going to see it. They met in New York. The night they went, Lin-Manuel Miranda, who's the lead who plays Hamilton, his understudy, did it. They watched it. He said to his daughter, we're going again with Lin-Manuel.
You haven't seen Hamilton until you've seen Hamilton with Lin-Manuel.
And they saw it, and so he went 3 times, including airfare and everything. He probably spent $4,000 to see more than
I think the tickets were $1,000.
Well, they're probably right. They're probably right.
Yeah.
That's right. And it was awesome. I mean, awesome. Now, I don't want to oversell. Why didn't you get through it, Biggie? What?
I just couldn't get into it. I like
hit the song.
something about watching a Broadway show on the television.
What? Oh, I loved it. I loved it. Oh, my God. This one in particular. There's so many songs, though. I could have chosen 5 more that are fantastic, you know? Now, my first introduction to it, see if you remember this. Then, running for vice president, Mike Pence went to the show. They had won. He was the vice president-elect. Recall that? And at the end of the show, they come out for their bows, and he's on the front row, Mike Pence. And I think they get up to leave with the Secret Service and everything. And Lin-Manuel Miranda and the others said, you need to be fair to all people in your role as vice president. And the crowd cheered and everything. And I thought to myself, you're a little full of yourself to be talking to the vice president-elect like that, aren't you? Then later I saw it, and I was like, you go, Lynn. That's exactly how I felt then. All right. I love it. What's the story about him?
Well, a pair of women who used to work for the Boston public school system are out of jobs, and now they've been fined $4,000 apiece because of the hit musical Hamilton.
Do tell.
Natasha, our main characters are Natasha Halfkenny and Corinne Miranda. They were the principal, Natasha, and assistant principal, Corinne, at the Tobin School. It's a school for kids age K through 8.
Yes.
And last year, the Boston Educational Development Fund emailed Corinne letting her know that a local nonprofit organization had donated a bunch of tickets for the students to see a production of Hamilton.
Very nice.
This is great.
Right, yeah.
There were 12 tickets set aside for students, 2 adult chaperones, so 14 total. Literally 2 minutes after receiving the email, Corinne emailed her principal, Natasha, and the 2 women said, all right, we're chaperoning.
Yeah, well, yeah, of course.
Which
They want to see
I don't know that I have a problem with that.
Yeah.
Well, right.
It may not have been the best decision. They may have, I don't know if they were going to do a sweepstakes, but for whatever reason, they said, you're chaperone, I'm chaperone.
They probably thought, as I so often do, I deserve this.
Of course.
I work hard enough.
No,
I'm the principal.
I deserve
You're
it.
the
I'm
assistant.
the principal. We're going. Let's do this.
And
right.
the 2 were friends. The 2 apparently, would go out socially already.
Yep.
So, again, it may not have been the best decision, but I don't know that really crossed a line. The problem was Natasha took 2 of her kids to see the show, and Corinne took 1. None of the 3 boys go to the Tobin School. So 3 students at their actual school were denied the chance to see the musical.
Oh, and they took their own
They
kids.
took their own kids to see Hamilton.
And they got in some serious trouble.
They've lost their jobs, and the State Ethics Commission fined them $4,000 apiece for violating the conflict of interest law.
Whoa, that is
Yeah.
big now.
They paid their fines, and they're not with the school anymore.
Boy, that's a real...
It's heavy.
That's a heavy punishment, isn't it, for that, isn't it? You know, one time, I do this. Biggie always says that I do this.
Conflict of interest?
No.
Big time. I've said that.
Well, what you say that I do is when something comes in and I'm the one that sees it. A great example here. Like, they got the tickets and they were like, come on, girl, we're chaperoning. You know, nobody else even gets a chance at it. One time, Fox sent us a really nice American Idol blanket, okay, in a package with stuff. Well, it came in at like 4 in the afternoon, and I happened to be here when the mail was. Now, normally I'm not, but I was. And so when he brought it in, the receptionist brought it in and said, there's a package here. So I opened it and looked at it, and I thought, I'm taking this. I'm taking it. And my thought was, I deserve this. I'm here at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Nobody else is. I'm going to take it. I wasn't even a big fan of American Idol, but I took it anyway.
Still aren't.
No,
No.
never have been.
Or blankets. Well, no, you do use blankets.
I use a blanket, but when I got it home, my wife said, well, we're not putting that on our good furniture.
The Fox logo and the American Idol logo.
American Idol. So we put it in a closet somewhere, for an extra blanket. And so the next day, when other staff members were here, there was another blanket in the building that went to the other station. And they were like, well, where's ours? And I was like, well, I deserve it. I deserve that. And they were like, and the other people here were like, yeah, but we're fans of American Idol. I was like, oh yeah, well, I was here at 4 o'clock, so
no one else was in the room when it happened. Just me.
No one else was in the room where it happened. The room where it happened. The room where it happened.
I took the blanket and I put it in my closet, and now the dog sleeps on it.
Yeah, I was going to say, where is that blanket?
The last time I saw it was when I gave it to Goodwill. And I thought
That sounds about right.
No one else is in the room where it happened.
You really did just take to take. Like it, just so you could be like, I deserve it.
Totally right.
Do you know who I am?
I thought of that whole saga when I handed it off to Goodwill. I was like, oh, there's that Fox American Idol logo right there.
I deserve this.
No one else was in the room when it happened.
Where it happened.
It was just me when the package came in, and I took it.
I'll open this behind closed doors, and no one will ever know.
I thought no one ever know it came in, but the other station in the building got one too, and they were like had a little sweepstakes, like, who wants all these items from?
Hey, what happened to?
What's our blanket? I was like, yeah, I took that home. And I thought,
Fox used to be flush with cash. They
Oh,
would send out
all sorts of stuff.
every new show would get in a media pack.
That was nice. That was
unreal.
Very nice. We got all that stuff.